AI age verification just once again lost another major battle now, which is wonderful news. As big tech companies like Apple, Google, social media platform 4chan are actively fighting back with court order and lawsuits. The matter got so big that even Donald Trump is about to sanction the EU because of this privacy violation. Let me explain in full details, so be sure to watch till then because it's about to get wild. First, do like and subscribe. Liking, subscribing, and hyping this video tells YouTube to remove this feature since they refuse to listen. My last video is #1, the hype list, so it'd be nice if this one did the same thing to tell YouTube we hate this feature. If you've subscribed, I love you, thanks. Okay, so once again, the AI age verification just lost, and I think we've got good people on our side at least. At least the AI age verification is getting defeated. So you see, Trump just recently threatened tariffs against the EU and UK because of their discriminating US tech companies. Now, what do they mean by this? You see, Donald Trump threatened to impose tariffs, which are the amount that people pay when they try to bring in goods into the United States. To impose tariffs and export restrictions on countries whose tax legislation and regulation targets US big tech companies such as Google, Meta, Amazon, and Apple, as well as other large companies that are based in the United States. So this article here explains it more, where it says that Trump threatens substantial new tariffs against countries with discriminatory digital rules. Now, for those who don't know, about a week ago, the UK tried to fine this social media called 4chan. So 4chan is like this message board or image pin board. It's like this anonymous message, and it's anonymous to a certain extent, and they've got a whole lot of niches, in case you're interested in any of them. And their entire website works on anonymity to at least a certain degree. Unlike most social medias that you know today, the entire thing is anonymity. So the UK tried to get them to pay daily fines because they refuse to adhere to UK's law. So if you look at here, you see that Ofcom, which is the representative of the UK, that has provisionally decided to impose a $20,000 fine with daily penalties after the site failed to comply with their request for AI age verification. And 4chan just demolished them, and they made this statement. Ofcom creates no legal obligations in the United States because their base and everything is done in the United States. And he said that it was part of a legal campaign of harassment against US tech firms. And this article recently just came out, and he says this, that United States President Donald Trump threatens to impose substantial additional tariffs and stop selling tech and chips to countries with digital rules he deemed discriminatory to American companies. Remember, 4chan is an American company, and he did this because of the UK has been harassing a whole lot of US-based tech companies. And some of what Donald Trump is imposing is this, where they say that writers had reported on Monday that, citing on name sources, that the US was considering sanctions in the form of visa restrictions against the EU officials over the DSA, which is basically the entire AI age verification stuff. And that US officials conducted internal meetings on the topic last week, and the United States Department declined to comment on the report, which Politico could not independently verify. So they're fighting back. And in fact, this company, this 4chan, actually just won the UK because they just recently filed a lawsuit against Ofcom, the company representing the UK. So if you look at this article by the BBC, you see that 4chan, which is the company that the UK tried to force into doing the AI age verification, just launched a legal action against Ofcom, which is representative of the United Kingdom, and it says that lawyers representing the controversial online forums, 4chan and Kiwi Farms, have filed a legal case against the UK Online Safety Act enforcer, which is Ofcom. Now, there are legal complaints. Filed in Washington, D.C., federal court seeks a legal ban on the UK communications regulator enforcing or attempting to enforce the Online Safety Act against them in the US. So get this right. The United Kingdom are trying to get literally every single company, both the ones in Africa, the ones in Asia, to adhere or bend to their rules, because I do not know who they think they are. They think that they control everything, and that's essentially what they want. They want to have power over everything. And 4chan essentially said that it was against their First Amendment rights. And they specifically say that American businesses do not surrender their First Amendment rights because a foreign bureaucrat sends them an email. Now imagine this. You are in the United States, but somehow a country like, let's say for instance, the United Kingdom is trying to get you to follow their rules. So imagine now If a certain substance is banned in the United Kingdom and you travel to the United States where it's allowed, and the United Kingdom is trying to get you arrested because that substance is banned in their own country, it doesn't make sense, right? That's what the United Kingdom are currently trying to do. And 4chan, along with Kiwi Farms, just filed a legal case against Ofcom. And it specifically says that a service doesn't have to be based in the UK to be subject to the act. Therefore, face action from Ofcom. Then, it says that it could be enough for it to have a significant number of UK users, or to have UK as a target market. So that's what the United Kingdom are trying to say. So, if you go here, you see that Ofcom told BBC that we are aware of these lawsuits under their Online Safety Act. And any service that has links to UK now has duties to protect UK users no matter where it's in the world. So for me, it's total BS from Ofcom. And 4chan now say that they want directly for US courts to rule out or rule a US business with no presence in the UK are not subject to British legislation, which is only common sense. I mean, it's not fair that the United Kingdom gets to do this to 4chan. Now, do not forget that this is the same United Kingdom that is trying to make sure that you cannot use VPNs under the age of 18. So it's basically a VPN ban, and by doing this, they essentially want to destroy privacy. I think at this point, privacy is long gone in United Kingdom. There's nothing private at all in United Kingdom, and for me, I feel like it's personally messed up. Imagine not being able to access VPNs just because you are under at 18. For me, I feel like it literally does not make sense. Now, this is also the same UK that tried to make sure that another US-based company like Apple and even Google submit their privacy. So essentially it means that they want Apple and other big tech companies like Google to no longer have privacy. That's essentially what the UK government wants. And for me, once again, it's totally messed up in my opinion. So on Twitter, this is what people are saying. So this is the full document on what 4chan and Kiwi Farms are doing to the UK government, which is a right step in the perfect direction. The key thing in this lawsuit is that it says that the internet is a global system of communication between computer servers, and despite the internet's global reach, it's more or less universally acknowledged that the internet is an American innovation built by American citizens, residents, companies, and the United States has the largest and most thriving technology sector of any G7 member states, and that governments in Europe do not have the right to manage those sectors, which is on point in my opinion. And this is another one. 4chan and Kiwi Farms are suing UK regulators after refusing to comply with the Online Safety Act. They rejected fines and argued the new law shouldn't be enforced on US-based companies. So do let me know what you think, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you want this video to reach out to more people, don't forget to hype this. Let this be #1 on the hype leaderboard to get YouTube to ban this feature.